Okay. Hello. Hello. How you doing? Sorry, I'm getting situated. We're doing good. We're hanging.
She's really excited to meet you, John.
It's about feeding time, so she's gonna fuss for a minute because she got clothes on now and she doesn't like it. Her clothes are all too big for her. We bought 0 to 3 months and she's legit newborn size.
That's alright. She'll grow into it.
Yeah, she will.
How's everything going at the hospital here? You guys good?
It's good, yeah.
Good.
The staff is great.
Good.
They're going to discharge me today.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Oh, are you excited?
Yeah. I'm ready to go home.
Yeah. Are they going to keep her?
That I don't know.
Okay.
We don't know that either.
As agency professionals and caseworkers, when we're coming to the hospital, a big purpose is support, making sure that everyone's voice is heard, making sure that the birth mom and birth father at that point have their needs met and are able to advocate for themselves and what they're needing throughout the hospital time. It's also really important that the hospital knows what's happening and knows who to ask questions to. It's ideal that the questions about the birth certificate and who gets the bands and all of those different logistical questions are able to be answered by the adoption professionals, so that the emotional part is able to be focused on by all of the clients, all of the adoptive family and the birth parents as well.
So we got you guys some, just things. We got you some dog toys with Jack on them, and we got you some little dog toys for your puppos.
That's cool. That's his favorite movie.
With Trinity and Jordan and Mike and Destiny, they seem to really be starting a great relationship foundation. I really see all of them caring for one another well, listening to each other well, and really being so focused on their future relationship for baby Carson.
Remember that shirt I showed you?
What?
At the dog place?
Oh, haha. That's cool.
It's very important that the birth father be involved if he wants to and if at all possible. It's a very difficult emotional thing in a relationship to go through a placement and go through relinquishment and termination. And so the fact that Jordan is involved and is willing to be here and has been involved in counseling meetings and everything is pretty special.
It's exciting and I guess I would say a little bit scaredness, just because, not knowing what's going to happen later on and stuff a lot. But other than that, throughout the whole process, it's been smooth, simple. I'm really glad I met Mike, Destiny.
So this one is the authorization to disclose protected health information. So basically that's the release of information specifically for you. So the legal process of relinquishment and termination of parental rights is varied state by state. In Colorado, the soonest that the filing can happen for the relinquishment and termination of parental rights is 4 business days after the baby's birth. So Trinity and Jordan will have until early next week to kind of finalize their decision, sign all their paperwork, and make sure that this is their long-term decision. You read through all of these in detail with Ari, right? So yes. I'm basically going to just kind of sum them up for you just to remind you because you just did it a couple days ago. The paperwork that is signed in the hospital typically is all of the paperwork related to the birth certificate, a release of information for the hospital, for the baby, and for the mom, so that we're able to get the full medical records for the child. There's also something called a placement agreement and parent agreement that basically will state that Trinity is discharging the child to Hope's Promise, and then we place the child legally with the adoptive family. There's the potential that if Trinity decides, she'll sign her relinquishment documents, which she has had her own legal representation that she went over with an attorney so that they talked through all of the different things that were in the legal paperwork. They talked about the permanency of the decision once it's filed in court, and she'll decide if she signs those papers today or tomorrow or sometime early next week.
She's pretty precious. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. You'll never know. You'll never be able to say it in words.
Yeah. But it's very life changing. But it's like the best thing. So I know you guys will talk about it. But everything with her, she's healthy and all that.
Yeah, she's good. She's a good little sleeper.
It's good.
Yeah.
Like I know some babies that weren't like that, so I gotta go back and just say bye-bye.
I'm gonna put her in here and baby look.
Like I said, at first in the beginning, they asked me in Trinity if we wanted to still stay in touch with the family and stuff and with the kid. And I'm not gonna lie, at first, we were like, we don't know because that could, cause an issue or something, we think. But along the way, after we met Mike and Destiny, it changed our whole reassurance. After we met them, we were all like, well, actually, we probably, if they're with it, which they are, I was like, we actually probably would try to, stay in touch with them and try to still keep in touch with the baby and all them because they're awesome. They really are. And I think that, we would all become good friends as we get older, become a close family. I like Mike and Destiny. They really do. Are good people and they really give off good vibes.
Birth mom got discharged yesterday. There's like hesitation to be too excited. So you don't want to feel like you're being braggy and like rubbing it in their face because they're going through some pretty deep stuff too.
There's kind of that uncertainty whether or not you're gonna bond and if the baby's truly gonna, think of you as mom and think of you as dad, and you assume that that's what's gonna happen, but you don't actually know.